Green is mono. Blue is something that I like, and maybe something that is fairly new. So the blue is an indicator for me to go back and pull it out again to get it better in my head. Pink is good sounding, independent of any of that other stuff. Yellow, sometimes yellow has some notes on it. Purple, you're not going to see any purple on this wall. Purple is like ambient or super minimalist music. I had a hard time choosing, and I wanted to do, so I feel like this era of jazz recording, sort of through the 70s and into the 80s, the Norman Granz stuff that he was doing at that time, they don't get the same respect that the Rudy Van Gelder Blue Note era, the 50s, 60s
Absolutely
stuff
right.
gets.
Yeah.
And that Rudy Van Gelder, that, those Blue Notes, that's like jazz wearing a suit. It's impeccable, it's dynamic, it's cutting edge, beautiful, it's fashionable. And then this stuff is like jazz wearing a turtleneck. Maybe with a blazer, maybe without. It's relaxed. It's like these guys are much older. They're 20 years older. It's the same artist, Dizzy's. Dizzy shows up in Pablo. All these guys. Here's Ella and Joe Pass. Ella is my absolute favorite jazz vocalist. And so there's a lot. There's a lot of amazing Dizzy. There's amazing Milt Jackson recordings in these Pablos. It's a treasure trove. The recordings themselves, they're not as perfect as the Blue Notes. I'm not talking about Sonics. Sonics, they're amazing. But they're not, as a whole piece, they're not as perfected and polished as the suit jazz is. But what you get is these more mature artists that are together in different groups. You get Dizzy Gillespie playing with Mickey Roker, or you get Ray Brown, or you get Oscar Peterson playing with Ella Fitzgerald. You get these different mix-ups of magnificent virtuistic artists relaxing and just digging it, and so this is the one that I chose to most perfectly represent the turtleneck jazz. It's an amazing late performance for Ella. This is an 80s record, so she's older and you can hear it, but her voice, she has the skills. She doesn't have the voice she did in the 50s and 60s, where she could sing anything, like the Verve, the Songbook, Ella Fitzgerald records are definitive. But in this, she's using her more worn out instrument in a way that is just, it's perfect. And Joe Pass, again, legendary, one of the absolute greatest, and here he is past his prime, but so tasteful and so good, and the two of them together are locked, and these are definitive, in my opinion, these are definitive performances of the pieces on this, and it's just such a beautiful, beautiful record.
you.